Welcome, deep divers. Today we're digging into something that, well, might seem a bit everyday. We're talking bedspreads.
Bedspreads.
Yeah, I know you might be thinking, bedspreads, really? How interesting can that be? But sometimes the most fascinating stuff is hidden in plain sight in these things we just kind of live with. So our mission today, unpack the whole bedspreads market. We've got this really detailed analysis from cognitive market research, and we're going to uncover some surprising trends, some serious growth, and maybe some unexpected opportunities in, well, what turns out to be a pretty dynamic slice of the home textile world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Think of it as your shortcut to knowing way more than you thought possible about bedspreads.
And that's exactly it. It seems simple,
Yeah.
right? Just fabric.
Yeah.
But the market, it's actually this amazing reflection of how, consumer tastes are changing, our lifestyles, and how we're blending looks and function in our own homes. And wait till you hear the growth figures. They tell a much, much bigger story.
Okay, let's start right at the beginning then, because I think, well, I probably use these words wrong all the time. What is a bedspread, technically? How's it different from, say, a quilt or a comforter?
That's a great question. So traditionally, a bedspread is, it's a thinner, more decorative top layer for the bed. Its main job is really aesthetics, right? Making the room look finished, polished.
Yeah.
It does add a bit of warmth, but it's usually lighter than a quilt, which has that batting inside. Or a comforter, which is, much fluffier and really designed for warmth. Bedspreads often drape right down to the floor. They're kind of elegant and really tap into that growing thing of making our home stylish and practical, reflecting who we are.
Right, I see. And talking about growth, the numbers in this report are, honestly, they're kind of mind-boggling for, well, bedspreads.
Hmm.
The market value was around 103.5 billion US dollars in 2024.
Yeah, billion with a B.
And get this, it's projected to almost double, hitting nearly 192 billion by 2032. That's a compound annual growth rate, a CAGR, of 8.0%.
8%.
That just feels huge for something like this. Is there any risk of saturation, or is the demand really that strong? What's actually fueling this kind of, well, explosion?
It is an incredible jump, isn't it? And it's not just like general economic growth. People might think, oh, it's just a bedspread. But we're seeing consumers treat them more like an investment, like a piece of furniture or art for their bedroom, part of their personal style.
Ah, okay.
So the drivers are, well, there are a few key things. Yes, rising disposable income globally plays a part, but it's more about how people are spending that money, investing more in their homes, wanting higher quality, more comfort. Then you've got more home renovations happening. Plus, people are just much more aware of interior design now. Everyone wants their space to look good, feel like a sanctuary. And finally, online retail. It's been a total game changer. Suddenly you have access to this huge variety of styles and options from anywhere. Plus, and this is really interesting for the future, there's real innovation happening in sustainable fabrics and even smart textiles. Those are definitely bright spots pushing things forward.
That idea of it being like furniture or art, that makes the growth make more sense. So, okay, with all that demand and innovation, what are the specific trends right now? What are people actually looking for when they buy a bedspread today?
We're definitely seeing a move towards premium stuff. Eco-friendly options are huge, and of course, things that just look really good. What really stands out, I think, is the demand for customizable and designer bedspreads. It taps right into that desire we talked about. People want their homes to feel unique, personalized, and visually cohesive. It's not just a cover anymore; it's a statement piece.
And how does that look globally? Is everyone after the same thing, or are there big regional differences? Where's the demand really spiking?
Yeah. Oh, the regional breakdown is fascinating. It tells you a lot about different consumer priorities. So in 2023, Asia Pacific had the biggest slice, roughly 35% of the market.
35%.
Yeah. And that's mainly down to rising incomes, a growing middle class that's sort of aspiring to more Western lifestyle things, including nice home decor. It's a status symbol in a way.
Right.
North America has about 25% share. And there, the big trend is definitely eco-friendly and sustainable options. It reflects that broader push for environmental consciousness you see across lots of products there.
Okay.
And Europe, around 20%.
Yeah.
European consumers really favor things like organic cotton, bamboo materials with a lower environmental footprint. That's pushed by, stricter regulations, but also just higher consumer awareness about sustainability.
That's a really clear picture. Okay, let's shift to the companies themselves. Who are the main players? And in a market that sounds this active, almost like fashion, how do they stay competitive?
Well, first off, it's super fragmented. And very competitive. You got your big established names, but also lots of newer, smaller brands popping up. In 2024, the leaders were like Calvin Klein with about 5% share.
Only 5?
Yeah, fragmented. Crosshill had around 3%, Lord Ashley Corporation about 2%. What's interesting is how they compete. It's not just about the product itself.
No.
They're investing heavily in R&D, sure,
Yeah.
but also doing lots of mergers, acquisitions, strategic partnerships, trying to broaden their offerings and reach.
Right.
And again, online platforms have really shaken things up. They let smaller players get in the game, offering really unique, customized designs. That direct-to-consumer thing lets them react super fast to micro-trends. It's driving this hyper-personalized market.
It's clear bedspreads are a big deal in home textiles, but I'm still curious. With duvets, blankets, all these other options, how do bedspreads keep such a strong market share? What's their, secret weapon?
I think their secret weapon is really their versatility
Hmm.
and just the sheer design appeal. They're popular because there's such a huge variety of designs. They're comfortable, and you can layer them easily.
Yeah, I guess they are easier to change out with seasons or decor than a big, bulky comforter.
Exactly. And, you mentioned your grandmother's heavy ones. That shows how much things have changed. Now you have these lightweight, sometimes even performance fabrics. So while duvets are definitely king in colder places for pure warmth, bedspreads win on lighter weight, layering potential, and, importantly, that decorative element. Look at the numbers. In 2023, bedspreads took about 35% of the total home textile market. Duvets were next at 25%, blankets around 20%.
35%.
And it's expected to tick up slightly, maybe to 37% in 2024. So, yeah, it shows this sustained preference, especially where people want customization and nice materials. They're really key to how people style their bedrooms now.
Okay, so we've looked back and looked at now. What's next? What's on the horizon? Where are the really big opportunities everyone's watching in the bedspread market?
Right, the future view. Yeah. This is where it gets really exciting, I think. There are several big things driving future growth. First, emerging markets. Places like Brazil, India, South Africa, huge potential there. As incomes rise, that middle class expands, people want nicer home goods. So companies that can offer stylish but affordable options tailored to local tastes, they're set up really well.
Makes sense. Go where the new demand is.
Exactly. Second, and this is maybe the coolest part, innovation in smart textiles. We're talking bedspreads with built-in features.
Like what? Bed sheets that text you?
Huh, maybe someday. But right now, think temperature-regulating fabrics, so that keeps you cooler or warmer. Moisture-wicking like your gym clothes, even antimicrobial fabrics. There's a company, Sheiks, for example. They use performance fabrics, like from athletic wear, to make bedspreads that are super breathable and help regulate temperature while you sleep. It's taking bedding into, performance gear territory.
Wow, okay. That's a step up.
Then third, you've got the business models evolving. Direct-to-consumer, or DTC, is getting bigger. Brands selling straight to you online. Plus, lots of collaborations brands teaming up with interior designers, influencers, showing off products in real style spaces. It builds community, loyalty.
Right, bypassing traditional retail.
And finally, sustainability just keeps getting bigger. It's not just a niche thing anymore. Brands are investing serious money in eco-friendly production, recycled materials, setting up recycling programs for old linens. Think about the circular economy model, designing products so they can be easily reused, repaired, or recycled at the end of their life. Kuyuchi is a good example, known for organic cotton, and they have take-back programs. This really resonates with consumers who care about the environment. They're buying into the brand's values, not just the product. So you put it all together, e-commerce, DTC, giving brands control and direct feedback, plus personalization, sustainability, tech integration. That's the direction. More personal, more eco-conscious, and smarter products.
So yeah, we start off thinking bedspreads, huh? And we've ended up seeing this incredibly complex, really dynamic market.
It's amazing how something so everyday connects to huge global trends, tech advances, and shifting values around personal expression and sustainability.
Exactly right.
I have to say, I didn't expect bedspreads to be this interesting. The figures, the innovation, it's really quite something.
It really is. And that demand for, high quality, versatile, sustainable home stuff, that's only going to keep shaping things. It's a perfect little case study, isn't it? How these small choices we make about the fabric on our bed actually reflect these massive societal shifts towards comfort, being green, and making our spaces truly ours.
So maybe the next time you look at your own bedspread, or really any textile in your home, ask yourself, what's the deeper story woven into that fabric? What does it say about innovation, sustainability, or maybe just your own personal style? Something to think about.